Into LLate, and I'm so glad you dropped in. You dropped in sort of like that Tesla stock on overnight trading. If you're doing Tesla videos because you own Tesla stock, enjoy the $45 drop of your stock price tonight, down 5%. But here we are. I'm ready to drop some stimulus news on you. In this recording, I go over what's happening in the next 24 hours. Yes, as other people are trying to go over how you should get some Robinhood stock, I'm going to go over how you need to get on congressional leaders because there are only 24 hours until they finalize the deal items of the third stimulus package. I have no idea how the camera's so high tonight, but I'm sort of liking it. Maybe I should back up a little bit more. It's very interesting, the camera angle. But what's going on tonight is that in the next 24 hours, Thursday, well, you got 48 hours, I guess you'd say, Thursday and Friday. Subcommittee members of the House of Representatives will finalize the language of the third stimulus package bill. Yes, it's done. It will be done. That will be it. To make this very clear, if it's then, it's in. If it's not in, it's gone. It's literally a 48-hour window. Nancy Pelosi has given an order to those congressional subcommittee chairs to get their language items done by Friday, and that is it. They're going to modify language, they're going to modify deal provisions, they're going to modify amounts, and so this recording goes over what the Purple Power, the family of this channel, the followers of this channel need to do in the next 48 hours. Get those fingers stretched, get those fingers loosened up, because in the next 48 hours, you got 48 hours to share videos and tag politicians and make sure your campaigns are clear, because that is it. I've had some people send me DMs today. So am I getting, folks, this is not the time or place to not know what you're getting. You need to know what you're not getting, or what you are being cheated out of now, because now is the time to get those fingers going. Because if you don't, it's too late. What are the chances we get it the first week of February? How is everyone's fingers, Twitter fingers, working? No, they're going to get this bill to finality tomorrow. And that's where we are. Hey, Mika, welcome to the family. Everyone, welcome Mika to the family. Welcome for performing at Purple Hawk. This is Evening's Purple, and it's the second of a double header. Tonight's video will go over the items in the third stimulus package and what they are, what they aren't, what they should be, and what you need to do. Pretty clear. If you've not subscribed, consider subscribing to this channel. We're at 375,000, maybe it's 376 right now. Let's keep it going. Please subscribe. No one channel's better out there. No channel does what this channel does 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Please read my posts. Cherie, I can't read posts. I can only read what's on the screen. So if you have a comment in today's video, drop the comments on the screen. I'll be answering some of the 2,000 comments you dropped on last night's video. So if you're a member or not a member, I'll be answering some of your incredible 2,000 questions from last night's video. Meantime, if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. To become a member, the link is in the description to this video. It's also at the top of this chat. To join, consider joining. And with that, let's get to the details. The details are the third stimulus package. We know what's in there, and we know what's not in there. Hey, M. Gumpton, number 2 for the chat. Welcome to the family. Welcome for joining in, and everyone welcome M. Gumpton for becoming part of this family. Let me go over what the numbers are, and when I tell you what the numbers are, I literally mean that is it. There's no twist to it. There's always someone that says, so what, how about that? No, that's all there is. That's it. There's no extra good thing behind curtain number 1. There's always someone that presumes there's something better that I'm leaving out. No, that's it. That is literally it. So let me go over it. Stimulus check, $1,400. Individuals, $1,400. Children, $3,200 adult dependent. That's it. There's nothing out. There's nothing else. What about? That's it. There's nothing else. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, and you're Non-dependent, you get $1,400. If you're adult dependent, $3,200. Um, Next, FPUC, $400 a week from January to September. From January to September. So I know you're getting $300 a week, as Frankie asked in one of the chats. You're getting $300 a week. They're going to give you additional $100 to get you caught up, and then going forward, $400 a week, not retro. $400 a week, January to September. UI extended to September. PUA extended to September. Rent aid for low income and middle class and homeless people. If you are a member of this video, the document I'm reading from is the PDF which I just posted between the two videos. It's posted to the community page, youtube.com/community, and for the two new members, you can see it there right now. It's actually, I think, the last post, so it's the last post. How do I get to the community room? YouTube, you go to this channel's page on YouTube, youtube.com/LALate, and it'll say community at one of the top posts. Also, if you hit that alert button, you'll actually get email alerts from YouTube that says, "Hi, LALate just shared a private message with members." And it'll send you the actual message, and the message actually has the link to where you can actually download the PDF. Next, free internet, free childcare. So are we getting $400 a week plus the regular benefits? Great question. Yes. So that's what FPUC is. Sorry I didn't explain that slow enough. So FPUC goes on top of your PUA and UI. So FPUC goes on top of your PUA and UI. There is no 404 error. Paid sick leave up to $1,400 a week. Student aid supplement $1,700 a week. Paid hazard pay, don't know. Just there's hazard pay and don't know anything about it. Hazard pay public sector, hazard pay private sector. Finally, some earned income tax credits. So that's it. There's a series of earned income tax credits, and that is it. And what is missing? What's clearly not mentioned in there is SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, that $200 a month, plus up to 20% increase and the lifetime new benchmark. That's not even mentioned. So let's go over what's not in the third stimulus package as of the summary that I'm going over. What am I getting my information off of? I'm getting my information off of a very rarely obtained, no other YouTube channel has it. Very few broadcast news reporters have it. They don't care to have it, or they never got it. Summary of the final of the bill. And the summary was prepared by the Biden camp. It's approximately 30 pages in length. And what is not in there? Anything for SSI and SSDI. It's not in there. Also not in there, FPUC retro. Also not in there, FPUC at $600 a week. It's in there at $400 a week. Also not in there, a new $2,000 stimulus check for 2021. Why are we being left out? A lot of things are being left out. You could hear me repeating things that are being left out. People who are unemployed, not getting any unemployment FPUC retro from July of last year. And there you are. Now, there could be other things left out, but we don't know. Is hazard pay not as robust? Is business grants not as robust? Is business loans not as robust? And now that I've told you all that, at the front of this video with 500 people in here at the 9-minute mark, now you need to be ignited as the purple power, as the followers of this channel, to go on social media and say, wait a second, why am I left out? Why is it this number and not that number? Why is it this and not that? And you need to hit really hard. You have 48 hours. Let me explain why it's 48 hours. Nancy Pelosi, who is the Speaker of the House, has given the task to her subcommittee chairpersons on the subject matters that they oversee to give her modifications to language and numbers in the third stimulus package bill and get that done by Friday. And that's it. So the subcommittee on small business will look at the grants under the Biden stimulus package and look at the loans and modify stuff. And their modification will be given to Nancy, and she'll say, fine, Thank you. And she'll go to the next committee, say, oh, what do you got for unemployment? Okay, fine, thank you. And then she'll call for a vote next week. She said the vote is next week on the bill. It'll land in the Senate. Chuck Schumer's confirmed the vote is in the Senate next week. And that will be it. There will be no other time to modify the language. And so ultimately, you're doing the work of a lot of people out there in La La Land. Our YouTube channel selling snake oil, saying that there's one channel saying there's a $2,400 a month stimulus check. Another one, snake oil, saying a stimulus check is on its way. Another one that says a law was signed today. And that snake oil is not helping anyone because all those viewers should be doing what we're doing, which is telling the elected officials, why are you leaving this out? Why is this number this? Instead, those viewers are sitting back saying, oh, I can't wait to get that $2,400 monthly check. It sounds so wonderful. And then they're going to see there's no $2,400 monthly check. And then suddenly they'll realize they actually got something really quite not delicious because they were sitting back hoping for that delicious news. So what you need to do is just stretch those hands and stretch those fingers and get them loose because Twitter is waiting for you to see them and to get those hands going. Hey, James Vicente, everyone welcome James Vicente to the family. Hello, how are you? Do you think this purple blood runs? Yes, we gotta get it going. At the 11-minute mark, let me answer some of the 2,000 questions you dropped from yesterday's recording. These are comments dropped in the video. So if you're watching and you have a comment as well, and you hear something like, I'm not clear about that, drop in the comments, and I might feature your recording on live, on air tomorrow. Darcy Kelly, the American people are struggling. Send us some stimulus checks. Well said, Darcy. TT Mukbang, we need a stimulus check badly. PC 2053, PRC rule book, in God we trust, all others pay cash. Betty Carter, does this mean that anyone that's on VA, SSI, Social Security that's not mentioned in this third stimulus package, that means we're not eligible to get anything? You got to be kidding. No, 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 no. Oh Lord. I did this like twice today, and I'll say it again. It's so repetitive, but I'll say it again. Every viewer of this channel qualifies for anywhere from 3 to 5 items in the third stimulus package. And people on SSI and SSDI, for some reason, at some time in the last few years, somewhere before this channel existed, were told they are not qualified for anything. And I don't know when that came into existence. And in July of last year, I made a video that said, guess what? You get a stimulus check. And they're like, why do we get a stimulus check? We were left out in January because we're on benefits. And I said, no, you weren't left out. You were probably adult dependent. That's why you didn't get a stimulus check. That video went to 2 million views. It's one of the most watched videos ever in financial YouTube channels ever watched. And that was for a channel that had that many, we had this many views then. And what's important to understand is that to this day, some SSI and SSDI viewers think that they aren't qualified for things. Understand you qualify for a lot. You qualify for a lot. You qualify for rent, utilities, childcare, adult you child for internet, SNAP, and things like that. There's no less than 5 to 6 items that you qualify for. Thank you, Philip, and thank you, Maria, for joining the family. Welcome, Philip and Maria, for becoming Purple Power members in this family. And so if you're watching, you're a person on SSI or SSDI, do not think you are excluded from anything that I record on this channel. In fact, you are the same as anyone else. You are the same as anyone else. But that was a great question. Everyone, welcome Philip and Maria to the room. Thank you for becoming Purple Power members. Bob Carr, some things never change. They tell us how they will help us at the time and then vote. Then after the vote, just the same me, or you, and on the back burner. It's always me, them. Of course it is. Isala de Leon. We need to get the stimulus out right away, ASAP. Joseph Evans. I still believe we live in a wilderness of mirrors. Joseph, I think we live in a wilderness of mirrors. It sounds like a Lifetime movie. I don't know. Lifetime movie of the week. Wilderness of Mirrors. Uh, thank you, fella Joseph, for that contribution. Did Michelle just join? Hello, Michelle. Thank you for Michelle joining. I don't know if I was looking down. Did Michelle join? Everyone, welcome Michelle to the room. Debbie Puckett. Everyone's struggling with everything and need help with everything, with food. Uh, oh, it continues the next page. And childcare and everything and bills and everything. I like I like Debbie. She likes the word everything. Everyone's struggling with everything, need help with everything, with food and childcare and everything and bills and everything. Yeah, she's right. Everything. Joanne Anderson. LA, they need to put more in the stimulus. They're giving us what they put in the last stimulus. So sad. I can't believe how the government is. Very well said, Joanne. Eric Desmangles. LA, why? When do you think we'll get the check? We can't hold on any longer. Well, if it goes to a law by the end of next week, it could be within 10 days for the earliest people that get the stimulus check, because it only takes about 10 days to get the check after it becomes law. Giovanna Mora, where is the compassion in this world? Where is it? Hmm. Gloria Jenkins, they're attempting to lower the single annual incomes of individuals and that couples for the stimulus. It looks like a lot of folks may not get that check! Exclamation mark. I see all that articles. That's not getting traction at the moment. That's what Republicans are asking for. Brian Kelly, my dad just got his first COVID vaccination shot and going to get the second shot on February 18th. My mom gets her first shot on February 17th. Well, thank you, Brian. Bob Carr, we are a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Well, thank you. DMM Ice. Anybody hear about 15 minimum wage? Is it going to increase gradually so it won't get there until 2025? Crazy. What's the point? Well, there you go. Hey, Joseph, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that for the super chat. So, with that at the 17-minute mark, you see why you need to get those fingers going on social media. Hashtag FPUC Retro. Hashtag MSC. Hashtag SS200. And that's the start. Hazard pay may be not right. Business grants may not be right. Business loans may not be right. Ultimately, you may have more opinions than even I'm expressing. The more you express, the better you can express on camera. Someone just dropped a really great question. Let me start taking some questions. Someone just dropped a great question about EIDL and I think it was hazard pay. So yes, if you have questions right now, I will start to answer them. It's a night in which you see the importance of pushing as the purple power. Um, there shouldn't be a download. Maybe the link was posted incorrectly. I'm so over this craziness. Katarina. Then the screen goes blank. Haven't received the first and second stimulus. So yeah, the message on that. Oh, you haven't received the first one. That's really strange. The first one. What is VP Harris saying about the bill? Hasn't said a word. Can you imagine? Hasn't said a word. I have asked the hard questions. They shouldn't have taken the woodshed. If a child didn't get the stimulus, will they fix it after filing stimulus? Um, that's a great question. So if the child did not get their second stimulus check, there is nothing to fix it for the third stimulus. So the problem may continue itself with the third stimulus. Sad elderly on SSDI doesn't get rent. If they don't pay their rent or on time, then it's even low income. I don't know what that meant. My fiance hasn't received the first or second stimulus check either. There could be a lot of reasons why someone doesn't receive it. When do the EIDL grants start again? Marina, not starting. And there's no indication that they'll ever start again. Instead, consider a PPP loan that could turn into a grant and consider the third stimulus grant under the third stimulus package. Any new news on child tax credit? No. And it's basically going to be where it is. Can I recoup the $10,000 of motel during quarantine? No. I mean, that's a tax question, not from the government. The government's not going to pay the $10,000. Can I receive both hazard pay and EIDL funds if I qualify? Purple, honey. Yes. The almost nothing on this channel that I cover contradicts or cancels out the other one. The only one is PPP. If you get PPP, you have to deduct for EIDL. Kimberly's asking a question about rent under third stimulus. There are, it's a great question, Kimberly. There are three types of rent that we currently have in front of us. The first rent is first stimulus rent, and that the volunteers help with. Hey, Shauna, everyone welcome Shauna to the family. Welcome, Shauna, from Coming to Purple Hawk. The rent under the first stimulus, the volunteers can help you with, and that has very broad qualifications, not very restrictive. So if you need rent, reach out to the volunteers on the community page at LA-Late. The next one is the second stimulus rent. We haven't even seen this one. This is available at your local city and state. The third stimulus rent is Biden's stimulus rent, which is what we're talking about in coming to a vote as a bill at the end of this week. That one requires you to be behind on your rent. It requires you to be behind on your rent. And so if you are up to date on your rent, you can't get it. Angela, EIDL advance. For 2020 applicants, yes. For 2020, I got $1,000. What about the rest of it? Angela, great question. So if you are a low-income community-based business, you will get the remainder of your $10,000 grant. There's nothing to do for now. SBA will reach out to you by email at sba.gov. If you are not in a low-income community, then you'll be next after they do those. They need to do the increased limit on the food stamps. They have done that. So food stamps have been increased for 12 months. What if you're behind the rent since the pandemic? Then you qualify under third stimulus. I applied in June 2020 and I received a small loan, no grant. Do I qualify for the grant? Yes. So you're in that good time frame because they did have the grant. Let's see, June. You're probably fine because they did have the grant around that time frame. They just ran out of money. So you're good. The people who are not going to get the EIDL grant are 2021 applicants for EIDL loans. And then the screen goes blank. I don't know what's going on the screen tonight. It just goes blank all of a sudden. So the important thing to remember in third stimulus's battle over the next 24 hours is to ensure that you get the provisions that need to get in there done. And you tag the correct people. Who do you want to tag? You want to tag people in the House of Representatives. Those are the people working on the bill. Tag the House Progressives. Tag the head of the House Progressives. Tag AOC. What happens if I apply for PPP? If I apply for EIDL last year, are those separate? You have to disclose if you got EIDL on a PPP application. If you actually got money. In fact, it explains it to you. PPP's application will tell you what to do with disclosing receipt of EIDL money. May I apply for PPP if I apply for EIDL? Yes, absolutely. It'll just deduct the EIDL from the PPP in a certain way. It'll tell you how you do it, but absolutely, you're allowed to apply for both. When are we getting the check? It's not law yet. But the you could potentially get it in a couple weeks. I would like to know when we're getting the check. I would like to know it as well. Go ask Joe. It's not law yet. Could we be getting the check before the 11th? The 11th of February? Oh, sure. Yeah, you could get it before the 11th. Do children on SSDI qualify for the stimulus when it's sent at $2,400? Um, I don't. Do children on SSDI qualify for the stimulus when they send the $2,400? Catherine, um, I don't know if you joined this chat late tonight, Catherine, but that is not in the bill. And this is very important. This is what, let me give you an update where we are tonight at the 25-minute mark. The reason I make this recording tonight is the following, that I want people to know what is not in the bill. And so I want you to be fighting to get stuff put in the bill that should be in the bill. And it deeply worries me every time that people ask for things that aren't in the bill and have been, perhaps on other channels, been fed some notion that they're getting money that they're not getting. Rather, instead of watching fake narratives, they need to be on social media and pushing, as the family is of this channel, the Purple Power family, to get the stuff that they should be getting. SSI and SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, the $200 a month, is not in the bill. Again, it's not in the bill. It's not in the bill. And it should be in the bill. It absolutely should be in the bill. It's stimulus. It's for stimulus. And this is very important. So every time that someone asks me a question, says, when am I getting that $2,400? It deeply worries me because either they've heard someone else from on somewhere else that told them it's in the bill, it's happening in the third stimulus package bill, when it's categorically not listed in the summary, that it's very concerning to me that people are expecting this money to come when it's not coming. And rather, they should be on social media fighting for that money. They should be fighting for that money rather than sitting back and hoping it's coming. And it's very, very important. Everyone, welcome Yasin to the family. Welcome, Yasin. Welcome. Please welcome to the family. So this is very important. It's no different than people that say, when am I getting my FPUC retro? There is no FPUC retro in this bill. You, as Purple Hawks and Purple Powers and Calcino VIPs, need to be on social media and fighting for that FPUC retro. And you need to know that it's not included because we got 48 hours to push. The campaigns are very clear. Hashtag FPUC retro. Hashtag SS200. Hashtag MSC. You need to understand these things are not in there. And if someone tells you they are lying to you. And you need to go out and fight for them because ultimately, this is a short window of opportunity. Why is there a short window of opportunity? Let me give you an update at the 28-minute mark. The update is the following, that the subcommittees in the House of Representatives are working on the bill. And their work to modify the bill will be done by Friday. And it's important to do it by now. You only have 48 hours to push for that language to be added. And if it isn't added, then it's done. It's important to understand that the language that is finalized by Friday is called for a vote next week. And as soon as it's called for a vote next week, then it's off to the Senate. As soon as it's off to the Senate, it's going to be voted then next week. And then it's going to land on the president's table. And now is the time to get that push underway. Um, and there you go. Any more questions are good. That was a very good question. Fight, says Evelyn Meyer in the Instagram room. And then the screen goes blank. 1,100 people, the screen goes blank. SS200, absolutely. Hashtag SS200. Hashtag MSC. Hashtag. And then the screen goes blank. Verification or verification code. And there you go. I don't know what's going on the screen. There's no screen. I'm just sort of looking at a blank screen. It's like I don't know what happened to the screen. But just talk amongst yourself. So there, now it's moving. Lord, drops a bit. Now it's moving. Now it's flying. Well, that was really weird. All the wonders of a live stream. Your screen was like there's like nothing, and now it's like it's like it's just 1,000 people in the room, but there's nothing on the screen, and then suddenly the screen just starts going like that. So I was like, okay. When we get the $1,400 for kids and the tax credit, yes. There's three tax credits. Verification code for low income for SBA. I don't I don't know what that means. Well, what does that question mean? Where's it coming from? Will a W-2 be okay to substitute for timesheets for hazard pay? Uh, no, because you're going to have to be ready to prove how many hours you worked, not how much money you make. Remember, hazard pay is based upon the number of hours you worked. At 10 o'clock tonight, Pacific Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm back on live. Hey, Penn, welcome to the family. Everyone, welcome to Penn for coming to Purple Hawk. The Tonight I go over the calculation of hazard pay again. Hazard pay is based upon the number of hours you work, and the number of hours you work is not on a W-2. It's just going to say the total amount of money you made. So you need to have proof of how many hours you worked. And there we are. Screen's acting crazy tonight. I see a lot of welcomes. Welcome Penn to the Hawks. Hey Penn, how are you? I didn't see Penn's name at all. Welcome Penn. Thank you for becoming a member of the family tonight. It's just the screen is just I don't know. The screen had too much $12 ice cream before tonight's recording. The screen is just like you cannot utilize a W-2 in place of paychecks. No, absolutely. I mean, W-2 doesn't tell me how many hours you work. If I look at W-2, it's like, wait, how many hours did you work? You have no way to know. So there you are. At the 32-minute mark, let me give you the big update where we are tonight. This is Evenings LA. And in tonight's recording of Purple, this recording, I'm going over the items that are in the third stimulus package that are particularly not on point, that need to get modified. Why? Because now is your time to modify it. Hey, Ian. Everyone, welcome Ian to the family. Welcome to Becoming a Purple Hawk. Thank you for joining me. There's a window of opportunity of only 48 hours to modify the language in the third stimulus package. Why is there only 40 hours? Because the subcommittees who are working on the language in the House of Representatives are working on it between now and Friday. On Friday, they're done. And on Friday, Nancy's telling them to give her their final copies. So things like hashtag SS200, hashtag has FPUC retro, hashtag SMSC, or any other hashtag you want to use are really at issue because the big problem at hand is that there's certain items that are not in there or certain items that are in there that are at the wrong amounts. Now is the time to push because you only have 48 hours until the bill is finalized and not going to get changed again. So push really fast. And with that, thank you for joining me on Evenings LA. I'm back later tonight at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time with Hazard Pay. It's a taped show, but I'm in there live with you. Where do I put the hashtag? You put it on social media like Twitter, and you tag the people in the House of Representatives. You tag the progressives. You tag the progressive leaders. You tag AOC. You tag all the politicians who are in the House of Representatives because they're the people working on the bill. They need to hear and see the messaging, not me, them, because they're the ones that are changing the language in the next 48 hours. Share this video tag them, and make sure you subscribe if you've not subscribed. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member like the other ones that became a member in tonight's video, consider becoming a member. The member link is in the pinned comment at the top of the chat and also in the description. Thank you for joining me on evenings tonight, and I'll see you on overnights at 10 o'clock with Hazard Pay. Stay informed, stay focused, keep smiling, and stay with LA for more.